how's it going? I'm Drew, and welcome back to the Colonel's Request. So I finished this game the other night, and it was very unsatisfying because I didn't know how much I did right and how much I did wrong and what else there was to do. So I thought, just to see what else could have been done, I've loaded up a guide on my phone here, and I'm going to go from the beginning and just follow the guide to the end and see all the hidden conversations and all the secrets and see what the full story entails. So let's get into this. So Act 1. It says here we want to go and talk to Ethel and ask her about Rudy. My nephew tries to pass himself off as a gentleman, but he's nothing but a worthless gambler and womanizer. Okay, so next we want to go to Lillian, who's currently in the bathroom. And it says we want to look at her twice. Bottom bathroom. Hi Laura, I'm feeling better now. That ride through the bayou had me plumb frazzled. If you need to freshen up too, I'll be done in just a bit. Your friend Lillian Prune is a rebellious flapper. Like you, she is 20 years old, but unlike you, she has been known to hang out in speakeasies, smoke, and run around with several young men. She is assertive and outgoing, to the point of obnoxiousness. But underneath it all, you believe her to be a lonely, insecure girl. And now, if we look at it again, your friend is freshening up in the bathroom. Alright, so she's going to leave. Now, if I recall, it did say you could spy on Henry throughout the night. And he's up to multiple different things as well. Ooh. So, time passes by when you look at him here. Are they naked? Oh, mon ami, I find it difficult to refuse you. I am so attracted to you. Well, I was quite a blade in my younger days. Ooh la la, I can tell, Henry, I can tell. Ooh. This just screams all kinds of wrong. Oh, they're still kissing. Ah, Fifi, my dear, do appreciate you, but you better leave now before we're noticed. If you say so, Henry. Au revoir. Okay, interesting. It's all kinds of wrong. So now it's 7:15. Return east out of the secret passage. And then, what do we want to do? Go through the north doorway on the west wall. Look at the Colonel Denny cigar. The old Colonel seems uncharacteristically in an agitated state. His eyes dart around the room, and he fidgets in his wheelchair, frowning. He watches you suspiciously, so you can look at his cigar? Keeps an eye on you. The Colonel smokes a small, nasty-smelling cigar. So, okay, I didn't realize you could be that specific. That's interesting. Keep going west, and wants me to go into the doctor's room and look at his bag. Dr. Phil's bag? That's all it wants me to do? Is that necessary? Do I have to acknowledge it before something happens? So now we're going to spy on Lillian and Ethel. Let's see what they're saying. Gertie isn't deserving of any of Henry's money. Why, she's not even a blood relative. What are you going to do about it, Mother? Well, I can certainly talk to Henry about her and those two brats of hers. You never change, do you, Mother? Never mind, Lillian. You and I will never agree on anything. Is that it? Okay, so she doesn't like Gertie. Okay, then we want to leave and go down the stairs. Nothing ever happened with the chandelier. I was 100% expecting it to drop on my head at some point. So, it wants me to go to the west one? Is that right? So, this was the conversation I wanted to eavesdrop on at the start, and I missed it. So is this Rudy? And yeah. What are they up to? What a skinflint Uncle Henry is. Man, what I could do with his dough. How rich is he, darling? Don't know for sure. At least I couple mil. If he's so rich, why doesn't he keep this place up better? It's such a dump. The old miser wouldn't part with a penny if he could help it. Wonder if Fifi's getting any of his money though. I bet she's trying to. Anyway, why she practically has him around her little finger. Darling, it's disgusting. Speaking of disgusting, what are you going to do about Clarence? He hates him off the bat. Oh, him! I've decided to break up with Clarence. I have a new boo. A director, no less. He's such a doll. Clarence isn't going to like it when you break it off. I don't trust him at all, the snake. Oh, darling, that reminds me. Remember that little medical problem I had? I don't trust Wilbur to keep it quiet. It could ruin my career if it got out. You do that, my dear sister. As for me, I'm going to retire to my room for a while. Kiss, kiss. So I couldn't read what she was saying quick enough. What was that about a medical condition? So now it's 7:30. I want to leave the secret passage and pull on the mirror. Look through the holes in the south. Right, we've got Clarence and Gertie. Two sides of the family conniving about one another. I've offered her a fair deal many times for her property along the river, but the old biddy won't sell. Soon she's gonna force me into taking some sort of what could she possibly want with that swampy land anyway? It's no good for anybody. I've read this one. We got this one. Little do you know, Gertie, my dear. Let's just say that I happen to know it's worth a great deal, and I have several rich potential investors who would back me up on any plan to exploit. Well, tell me. I've said too much already. You'll probably go and blab everything to Ethel. Of all the nerve, well, if I were Ethel, I wouldn't sell you any land either. You're no better than a low-down snake in the grass. I don't know what my daughter's easing you. My affair with Gloria is none of your business. Besides, she doesn't care what you think. You're trying to exploit my daughter just like you tried to exploit everyone else? Well, I've known the goods on you, mister. I know about your little racehorse scam. Riot, lady, I cannot read quick enough. I've had enough of this. I wish it was just stagnant and I could, like, press enter to continue the conversation and escape to exit. Okay, so we knew about that one. So yeah, it was never, like, an actual affair. Like, he wasn't cheating on his wife or nothing. Which, we figured that out eventually. Turn west side of the secret passage, then go south twice to go outside the mansion. So I'm guessing it wants me to go to the carriage? The coach shed, whatever you call it, and get the crowbar and the oil can. I knew that would happen! And I have to start again. So why did that happen then, and never at any other point in the game? Was it because I had extra information that I otherwise wouldn't have had? Yeah, I gotta go follow all the steps again, otherwise I might bugger something up. Be right back while I get up to where I was. Now hang on. I'm gonna save. We'll just call this guide, because we're following the guide. I gotta know, does it fall down if you walk directly down the center or something? Yeah, so that always happens. I just never walked directly down the center. How the actual fuck did I avoid that every single time I walked in that hallway? Okay, we're all caught up. It's creepy outside. We want to go down one, then left. Is that what it wants? Because it wants the crowbar yet? What do you mean I'm not close enough? There we go. And we take the crowbar. Awesome. Okay, now we want to go north twice to the chapel. Okay. Oh my god, that's not close enough, shit. We take the Bible. Okay, so we read through it. We've got all these names and dates. We learn more about Sarah. Okay. And then we go east 3 times and south. So now we're back inside the mansion. Head west twice to find the study. I don't want to look at Wilbur or nothing. Got Fifi clean in here. We can look at the gun. I've got the Derringer. Then it wants me to look in the cabinet. And I assume it just wants me to see that it's got a dagger in there. And then wants me to go into the parlor, I think. And look at the decanter. I did a lot of this. Decanter of cognac. Oh. Okay, so now it wants me to go to the night. We'll save it here. And oil the mask. Open mask. Carefully open the armor's visor and peek inside. You see a small metal valve handle hanging by a hook inside the armor's helmet. You grab the valve handle. You also see an old yellowed note pasted to the inside of the helmet. Curious about the old note, you read it. It says, "Our dearest daughter Sarah, we know you would know... We knew you would know to look in the armor. This war is terrible. We fear our end is near. In case you're not the only one to find this note, we won't give too much away. Use this valve handle with your favorite water nymph. Don't ever forget. We love you very much." Okay. Now we go upstairs, go to Gertie's room to get the next chapter going. Okay. Act 2. Okay, so what do we do now? Pick up the kerchief. So how does that all happen? You smell cigar smoke. I forgot about that. Look out the window, you peer through. Looking downward, you think you see something, but you can't make out the details. Okay. Okay, you see someone outside on the 2nd story. Who could it be? Yeah, so this game was never... I mean, we figured it out pretty quick, but this game was never real-time. It was triggered by certain events. Man, they should make a real-time investigation game. That'd be so good. Can't go on with this any longer. I must tell him about... Wyatt. Let's go into the house to continue this discussion. No privacy here either. Come on, let's go to the dining room. Didn't realize you could follow them like that. That is cool. And we saw this discussion. They were talking about the money and the racehorses. It's just not right. We've got to tell him about it. No, it'll work out, Wilbur. I've got some plans. How are you gonna replace that 100 grand we took from Henry? Where would you get that kind of money? I know people. I can do it. Trust me. Why were we so stupid as to buy into a racehorse anyway? And to use Henry's money? Should have known better. It would have worked out, Wilbur. It wasn't our fault that fucking horse broke his leg. All I can say, Clarence, is you'd better do something fast, because if you don't, I'm fessing up. I'll handle it, Wilbur. Just don't be stupid and say something. I've got to go. Remember, don't say nothing. So we got that conversation. We remember that one. Then we go through the north door and head east into the kitchen. This old house has a nice big kitchen. Oh, so we had Jeeves there. Okay. Now, child, I ain't no use getting yourself upset. Things have a way. I know, Celie, but it just doesn't seem right. Oh, hi, Laura. Got an icebox. Get the bone. Come and get it. That's interesting. Give bone to dog. So now we've got the necklace. Give necklace to Celie. My necklace! I was wondering where it got to. Well, Missy Laura, thank you. So now we want to go and spy on Clarence and Gloria. Is this where they have to fight? You seem distant, babe. What's the matter? Well, darling, this is very difficult. What's difficult? You and I want to end it. Are you joking or something? That's ridiculous! No, darling, I'm not joking. I have a new beau. He's a director. Yeah, well, I'll have to think about this. See you around, sweetheart. Okay, so I remember that conversation as well. Then we want to go east, south, and west to the billiard room. Yeah, there's good old Gertie. So, can I search her body? Doesn't say to, but I want to check. She died of a broken neck. You see no clues as to what might have happened. Leave me alone, you cad! Leave to the west. Go north. Go west into the Colonel's room. You can look in the cannon? Look in the cannon. A brass key hidden inside the barrel of the cannon. Take a key. See, of all the times it tells you it's not right to snoop and look through other people's stuff, yet that's okay. That's what makes these old games confusing. You don't know what you can do and what you can't. Okay, so what does that key go to? Does that go to the attic? So we want to go outside the kitchen. Once we're outside the kitchen, what do we want to do? We want to go to the cellar to talk to the butler. Hi, Laura, having fun? Not really. You kind of ditched me. sleeping? He's the imposing butler. Secretiveness. You've noticed that Jeeves generally keeps to himself. Take the crackers while he's sleeping. We want to see Wilbur in the library now. Maybe your friend's hungry. She keep coming in here. So it's Act 3 now. So what do we do? Go back east? Oh. Shit happened so quickly. That's ridiculous. Okay, so we take the poker. Look at the feathers. Read the magazine. Okay, Sunny Boy cycle on red, we kind of remember that. So what do we do then? Go west, south. Hey? How do you go west and then south? West, south, upstairs. Does it mean east? Then we want to go through the armory. So what's the colonel up to? Yeah, so he gets up and walks around. I mentioned that because it was weird that his chair was there, but he wasn't. I thought a struggle happened. Right. Okay. So we need the cane. Now we need to go to Fifi's room. Look at the decanter. It looks like the fine cognac. Yep. Go back downstairs, the north, and pull the right armory. Before I do, I just want to know if that key opens up this door. So the key doesn't open that door. It says to pull the armory, but I think it means mirror. Oh, it didn't mean... no, it did mean armory. It didn't want me to go all the way downstairs. What's Rudy up to? Oh, it's this where he's like, I'm gonna punch you. Who is this so-called director? That Gloria's seeing now. Why, I ought to punch his lights out for getting between me and my gal. Gloria was never your gal, just because she went out with you a couple of times. Well, I got news for you, buddy. My sister doesn't need to settle for the likes of you. As a matter of fact, you are nothing but a mere dalliance. Dalliance! Why, you're the one who can't make a commitment to anyone. You're just trying to sink Gloria to your level. You ain't good enough to kiss the ground she walks on. You're nothing but a low-class jerk. Quit butting in between me and Gloria. This is none of your business. I'll handle it the way I want to, and I won't be asking your permission. I'm warning you, Jack. If you near my sister again, I'll cut you up into little pieces and feed them to the dog. Got it? So most of this information is still the same. I think the biggest differences are I got the handle, I got the brass key, and we've witnessed Henry walking around outside of his wheelchair. We did get the necklace back to Seeley, but that hasn't changed anything yet. Okay, so I want to go to Wilbur's room. What's your game, Henry? Okay, so the bag's gone. Now we want to go outside. So I'm still not sure if my suspicions about Rudy were correct or not. Because this is muddying the waters a little bit. So does she let me in now that I've given her the necklace? Are we besties? Did we just become best friends? Nice to see you again, Miss Laura. Won't you come in? Yeah. Seeley's place looks quite cozy and comfortable. She's managed to make a home out of a little old shack. Right. If you want, you can sit a spell and we'll visit. I want to thank you for bringing back my healing necklace. I've been feeling kind of poorly lately. No worries. So, I don't know what else I can do in here. It doesn't want me to stay in here, though. It says to go in, to go back outside again. And then knock on the door to go back inside? Why? Oh, because now she's not sitting. And I get the carrot for the horse. Oh, everything's making so much sense now. This was probably the biggest piece of the puzzle I was missing. Was just because I didn't show Seeley the necklace. That was something I didn't do during my playthrough. I didn't show people a lot of things. So apparently the location of the bodies are a little random. That is fascinating. So we found him in the stable, but it says here he could be in the chapel. I wonder if it's completely random or if there's events that trigger locations. No, he's not there. Okay, Ethel's drunk. We've lost Ethel. Okay, so there's Wilbur. Search body. So now we've got the monocle. Oh, can I just say examine handkerchief? Got the EP. Here's the monocle to look at the poker. And there's blood on it. So now we feed the carrot to Blaze. You hold the carrot in front of Blaze's nose, who begins to cautiously sniff at it, then gently takes it into his mouth and eats it. He looks at you and whinnies softly as if in friendship. Okay, so now we've got the lantern. What do we do now? Go back outside, head north, go to the bell tower. So it wants me to oil the bell, which I did last time. Use cane to pull rope. I wanted to do that. I thought I had to actually type the description to do it. I didn't realize. That is frustrating. Take crank. And now we want to go to the dollhouse. Lily's starting to go crazy here. Oh, leave the dollhouse, go east, through the door. Okay, we want to go to Fifi's room. This isn't the time she starts getting ready for the date, right? That happens later. Oh, it's Rudy again, isn't it? He goes into her room. Stop it! Leave me alone! Get out of our room now! You'll regret that, you little vixen. Now we leave Fifi's room, go to the Colonel's room. As if the elevator is there, use it to go downstairs. It's not. Now we can go to the attic. But it's not there. What do I do? If it's not there upon my return, I might have to skip to the next step until the elevator is back. Yeah, it's not there at all. Okay, so what's the next step? I think it wants me to go to the billiards room. That should trigger 10 o'clock. Look at the feathers. Small pile of pink feathers looks terribly suspicious. Could they have come from Gloria's feather boa? Pick up the record. Spinning into the monocle, you carefully examine the piece of broken record via the thumbprints. Use Jeeves. I need to search the secret passages to get the cigar butt. Damn it. So the Colonel's there, so I can't use the elevator. So I need to go to the study. So Jeeves isn't suspicious about all this shit? Oh, Laura, you startled me. Okay, so let's go see Rudy. Now it's telling me to save the game here. I need to make sure I don't spot Clarence or Ethel. So I'll go check the elevator, because I still need to get into the attic. The wink is still there. See if I can get to the gazebo without running into people. Just to the right here, isn't it? So I wonder what happens at... Frack. Okay, that's no good. So how do I get there without running into Clarence? Let's try going this way. So Gloria's here. She's lying very still upon the gazebo floor. On closer inspection, it's clear that someone has strangled Gloria with her own feather boa. But I found her in the well. You examine Gloria's body and confirm that she was indeed seriously strangled with her feather boa. Head back east, inside the house. Does it mean west? I'm very confused about this guide. It's not very clear. Either way, it wants me to be outside the kitchen. Oh no, it's just telling me how to get here. Okay. Never mind. I'm an idiot. So, search the body. Now go west twice to the statue out the front. We'll see Clarence and ready to fight. That's very interesting. So at what point does she go from the gazebo into the well? Get out of my sight, jerk. No! You get out of my sight! Why are you...
Round one! Fight!
Don't mess with me, bud. Just stay out of my way. You ain't heard the last of me, Rudy. Okay, so from here, go back into the house, continue north and east to the dining room to see Fifi and Jeeves. He's touching a bum! So then we find Ethel in the rose garden, and I don't want to do that yet. I want to try and get to the attic. Elevator's still not there. Maybe this is what they've been talking about with Fifi's, like, ulterior motives and intelligence. She's gone around and playing all the men. But she's playing Henry, at least. It's gone again. Freaking hell, I just want to have a look. I hope this hasn't messed up the guide. This is a wonderful little garden. You wonder who planted it. Go south and north again. That makes no sense. You can't... No wonder you can't figure anything fucking out. People disappear and die randomly. Okay, so those notes I was making, you know, oh, he's in this room at this time and they're in that room at that time. None of it matters. It's all rubbish. That's frustrating. Okay, so anyway, search a body. Carefully search Ethel's body and find that she was indeed killed by a terrible hit on the head. Then southwest. So her body could also appear in the carriage house. Interesting. So we need to go to the southwest part of the property to get the rolling pin. Okay. Use the monocle to look at the rolling pin. Scrutinize the entire rolling pin with Wilbur's monocle. Aha, you have discovered traces of blood on it. Blood puddles dotting the wet ground remain from it. Stop, that's not what I want. Using Wilbur's monocle as a magnifying glass, you carefully examine the muddy impression and can see that it's definitely a boot print. Aha. There on the sole is an insignia of an eagle. So have I missed... Did I miss investigating the other footprint? So we need to go back to Fifi's room, but I'm gonna check Henry's room first. See if the elevator's available. No! Good thing I made that save. Okay, this is where she gets in the nude. Oh, Fifi! Darling! Fifi's young, blonde, and sexy, yada yada. She's getting ready to see someone special as she's taking great pains to look pretty. And then we want to go into the parlor to look at Clarence. And it reckons it'll be 11:15 by then. But I made it 11:15 by going into Henry's. So different events can trigger the transition of time. That is fascinating. Look at cigar? That's a big cigar. And then we want to see Rudy in the dining room. Then we want to spy on Lillian and the Colonel. I vaguely remember spying on these two, but I don't remember what the conversation was. Something about Lillian feeling rejected. Why are you treating me like this, Uncle Henry? Don't you care about how I feel? Don't I matter to you anymore? You matter to me the same way everyone else does. No more, no less. But I don't understand it. I thought I was special. I thought you cared for me more than for Gloria, or Rudy, or any of the others. You're right. You thought that. You were wrong. What about when I used to come and visit you? You were like a father to me. How can you be like this now? I'm afraid you misunderstood a lot of things, Lillian. I was just trying to help my sister. That's all. To me, you were just your insecure, whiny kid. I won't hear any more of this. You're lying to me, Uncle Henry. Somebody's behind this. I just know it. And I intend to find out who it is. Au revoir, Uncle Henry. Ugh. So we've seen a lot of this. All my new items don't mean much just yet. So then what? It says to leave and come back in. Notice a faint aroma of perfume. So I want me to go to the kitchen and go outside. But first, can't use the elevator. I'm annoyed that I can't go to the attic because I feel like I've missed something now. Go to the bathroom, look at the flowers on the bed. So we're seeing him get ready for the date. It's getting snazzy. Look at the flowers on the bed. And then we want to go to the Colonel's room. So this is where the wheelchair's there, but he's gone. I imagine that's what we're up to. Yeah, so the elevator's downstairs. This is my chance to go up. Look at the wheelchair. The Colonel's wheelchair sits empty in the middle of the room. Look in the basket and find the bottle. We see the sleeping powder. It's fatal. Now, it wants me to find Jeeves and Phoebe dead in Phoebe's room, but I'm not doing that yet. I want to go downstairs, because the elevator's downstairs now. I want to use that to go to the attic. What a dark and creepy attic. It helps to have the moonlight shining in through those big windows. Among all the junk, a stack of old newspapers catches your eye. Is that to the left here? Read newspaper. It seems to be an old stack of 1890s editions of the Times Democrat. As you look through them, an October 18th, 1898 edition catches your interest. You begin reading. New Orleans, Louisiana. Colonel Henry Dijon came home today after spending several months in the hospital following injuries in the recent Spanish-American War. Colonel Dijon took several bullets to his pelvic and shoulder areas as he attempted to carry a seriously injured fellow soldier to safety. Incredibly, though injured himself, he managed to make it safely behind American lines. Colonel Dijon was duly decorated and discharged with honor by the U.S. Army. New Orleans welcomes home a true American war hero. Is that why Colonel's in a wheelchair, you wonder? But he can still walk. Interesting. It's dark back here in the attic. The moonlight from the large windows doesn't light this part of the attic very well. Through the gloom, you can see piles of uninteresting boxes and old junk. However, there's an old trunk that does interest you. Peering into the open trunk, you see old army clothing and various paraphernalia. This must be where the colonel keeps his old army gear. There are old army clothes in the open trunk. So now we want to go to Phoebe's room. Okay, Okay, we're caught up. This is interesting. What does this all mean? So the newspapers keep telling us that he's a war hero. He can still walk, but we're using his wounds to the pelvis and shoulder as an excuse to sit in the wheelchair. You thoroughly examine Jeeves and Phoebe's body, but cannot see how they might have died. You are very puzzled. Yep. We look at the decanter. So now we want to go down and then north. Here we want to spy on Lillian. So she must be writing her diary at this point. She's writing in a book which she apparently keeps locked in a suitcase. And then we want to spy on Clarence. Clarence is writing at his desk. Okay, now we want to examine the glass in the parlor. I'm not piecing anything together. You see the fingerprint on the glass? While I did get a lot of this information, it is crazy how much I missed. There are a lot of cool elements to this game in regards to finding different characters in different locations, and I'm not sure what triggers where the bodies are found. The dagger's missing. Now if we go outside, Rudy should be with the dog. So it says we should go east 3 more times in north and knock on the door to Seely's shack. Because this should be around the time Seely heads to the chapel to start praying. So she shouldn't be home. But it reckons when I knock on the door, it'll be 1 o'clock. And nothing's really happened on the east side of the island yet. I still don't know what's up with the broken bridge and the alligators. What you doing here, girl? Can't you feel the evil in the air? There's something real bad around here, and I'm staying put in my cabin behind locked doors. You get yourself on back to your room here. Okay, so head west inside the kitchen, and west 4 more times to the study. So the gun should be missing now. Still, the hidden room in the cellar hasn't come into play, and the shaft with the nymph hasn't come into play yet either, and neither has the tombs. Wonder what the secret is. I'm deathly curious now. Okay, look at this. Someone's broken the glass. The derringer is missing. Wants me to go upstairs now? So in my playthrough, I found Clarence in the bathroom, but it says here you could find him north and west twice, which is Wilbur's room. Henry's back. I wonder where Henry went. Probably in the secret rooms. Okay, so no, Clarence isn't there. Let's search his body. Find the matches. We take the matches. Look at dagger. Well-handled dagger is stuck in Clarence's chest. So now we want to
read Lillian's diary.
You notice a diary laying on top of the things.
Dear diary, I'm so terribly upset. I can't believe Uncle Henry would do this to me. Thought I was like a daughter to him. Now I find out I'm no more important than any of those other creeps. Can't get away with it. You know, they just can't. Between you and me, diary, you know they have to go. Because of what they all did to me. I know they were all in it together. Have me put away in the nut house. I was never crazy. They just wanted me out of the picture. Now they have to.
That's where the diary stops. Okay, and now it's telling me to go to the hedge garden. I've been dying to know what that shaft's about. I've been thinking some sort of secret underground thingo. What's in it, I don't know, but I'm starting to wonder if it connects to the tombs, and if I come out of the Creton tomb. Here we go. I'm actually really excited to see what this is. Okay, put valve in shaft. The metal valve handle is now attached to the valve stem at the base of the statue. On turning the valve handle, you hear it click and the fountain comes to life. Push statue. You grab the statue and find it turns easily. As you turn it, you notice a hidden trapdoor in the ground opening simultaneously. How would you ever figure out to push the statue? Use matches to light lantern. This looks like an underground passage of some sort. Boy, it sure is dark down here. The sudden sound of scurrying rats causes your heart to begin beating wildly. This is rather eerie. This looks like an underground passage of some sort. Boy, it sure is dark down here. The sudden sound of scurrying rats causes your heart to begin beating wildly. Yeah, we know. Head west twice, then walk to the bottom left of the screen to find. Eyes in the dark? It appears that you've discovered an old sealed off portion of the basement. You notice some outdated laundry paraphernalia in the form of a laundry chute, a wash tub, and a broken down wringer. You can barely make out a pile of something. Ah, okay. Bottom left of the screen to find a pile of bodies. Oh my god. A pile of dead bodies. That is horrifying. Someone has cruelly dumped the bodies of Gertie, Wilbur, Gloria, Ethel, Beefy, Jeeves, and Clarence down the old laundry chute. Oh, so that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. So there's an old archway in each wall have been bricked up. So, insert crank into plate. Some effort, you are able to insert the crank into the hole of the small metal plate. As you slowly turn the crank, a secret panel opens to another passage. You've come upon some stairs leading upward. You wonder where they might lead. Yeah, so this feels like the crypt, which is what the guide's telling me, but I suspected this is where it was going to go. I didn't think it would go into... Jeeves' basement. You have entered a cold, dark tomb. From moonlight shining in through a stained glass window, you can make out 4 vaults in the wall. A stone sarcophagus. Each vault has a nameplate above it. The tomb door is barred on this side. Pry open the vault labeled Ruby. You insert the crowbar into the small opening between the vault door and the tomb wall. You then pull with all your might. The loud crack, the door pops open. What's that? Nervously, you peek into the open vault and see a leather pouch. You remove the leather pouch from the vault and take it with you. I want to look at the pouch. I should save first, shouldn't I? Got all sorts of jewels in it. Go all the way back to the hedge garden. I mean, it still seems like Rudy's the one doing all this to me, but you do have Lillian going crazy, and we've got new information about Dijon too. Why would he kill everyone? That's what's not making sense to me. Now we want to go see Celia in the chapel. Why is Rudy going this way? Okay. And then it just wants me to leave and go to the dollhouse. So Lillian should be in here. Go back outside, then head east and east into the study, then continue east twice, south, upstairs, north, east to see Rudy. This is where Rudy's searching vigorously for something, isn't he? We never did find out what he was looking for. Oh, wait, it wants me to go into Lillian's room, yeah. This was technically the next step, but I don't think it matters. Oh. Maybe it does. Alright, I'll be right back. What I get for not doing things in order. Did it seriously just get stuck? Let's do it again! Okay, I'm saving now, so I don't have to redo all that shit again. Time ticks over. We have a visitor, darling. Sit up straight now. Yes, mummy. We want to go back inside the house. Nearly there. Nearly back to where it all began. Now, it wants me to look at Rudy searching Lillian's room. Okay. And what from here? Rudy appears to be frantically searching for something in your room. Seems to be very upset. Okay, so now we want to go out and read the notebook. Which makes it 2 o'clock. You notice just one page has been written on, and today's date, May 27th, 1925. It's it. Curiously, you read the rest. It says, I'm terribly apprehensive about what's going on here. I can't say why, just call it a bad sensation. But as the evening wears on, I'm feeling more and more alone. Where's Wilbur? Where's Gertie? Where's Gloria? They have left without me? Is there a way to leave the island that I'm not aware of? Still, the spine-tingling feeling won't leave, and frankly, I'm scared. So, things are starting to get to the point where Lillian's found shot. So it wants me to go down and read the note. Beat me in the hedge garden. Search the body. You suddenly find a skeleton key in the pocket. The old army cape, which means she would have been in the attic. Take gun. Take bullet. We want to go to the colonel's room before we go to the attic. I didn't bother investigating. I heard the scuffling and just went straight upstairs. I just left the doctor's bag open on the floor. The contents are a mess inside. It looks as if someone has hurriedly searched through it. It says there's 2 alternative endings. Had the hypodermic needle between the 2 men. Well, I shot Rudy last time. Let's shoot Henry and see what happens. He's dead. You have shot and killed Colonel Dijon. Thanks, kid. You saved my life. That old coot lured me up here. When I wasn't looking, he tried to stick me with a hypodermic needle from Dr. Phil's bag. I hate to think that was in it. But without you coming along, I might be dead. Did you know about the others? Well, let me tell you about it. I found out that my uncle lured us all here so he could kill us. He never had any intention of leaving his money to any of us at all. He only wanted to get rid of us. He's been sneaking around here all night, and one by one he's been murdering everyone. He had us all fooled. Let me tell you, he was in a lot better shape than we all thought. Well, it's a shame about everyone else, but at least you and I are still alive. I'm sure this night's been a real traumatic for you. You go on home in the morning, and I'll stay on here a couple more days to tend to things. If you will, I'd like you to contact the authorities in New Orleans and let them know what happened here tonight. Thanks again, kid. I go home. Later that same day, as you near the wharf at New Orleans, you consider last night's events. Was Rudy telling you the truth? Would there be more to it? Oh well, you'll probably never know. Best to forget it and go on with your life. Maybe the police will find the answers. Poor Lillian. Poor everybody. So I didn't get super sleuth. So the guy didn't tell me everything. There were things I missed. Do I get the exact same ending if I... Oh, he knows, since you so bravely saved my life, I'll let you keep every dime of it for yourself as a reward. Oh. Thank you, Colonel Dijon. That's very kind of you. So how did he know? Unless he was the one down there. And that's it. Okay. Well, I don't know if that guide was 100% because I didn't get the top sleuth. So there might be more that I still haven't seen. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to leave the series there. I did enjoy it. For all its faults, I did enjoy it for what it was. I love point-and-click adventure games. They're some of my favorite games. Very nostalgic for me in my childhood. I plan on revisiting a bunch of them in the future. And I think the biggest fault of the game is just when it was made. It had lots of limitations, and it was confusing what I could interact with and when, and how to interact with different items. Because it was all text-based. Which is what, makes a lot of the more modern point-and-click games a bit more open-ended. It's more accessible to other people to play because it's all got the look icons and the touch icons and all that. I enjoyed the murder mystery. It was really cool. So I feel like there's more I haven't discovered because that still wasn't super satisfying to me. Either way, aside from the letdown that all that extra stuff I did didn't really lead to much, it was still enjoyable. So what did you think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you later.